and welcome to another Let's Draw. My name is Nikki. Let's jump right into my next portrait. So I think I mentioned before that there was this one painting that I didn't like very much. This is it. I had a lot of trouble getting some aspects of this to look decent, and honestly, looking back at it, like seeing the finished product of this, is not as bad as I remember. It's really not that bad, but the part of this that is here, I'll get to that in a moment, but the part of this that is here, you can kind of see what my struggles were. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So also another problem is I don't actually have the entire recording of this. Something happened to the recording. I used Streamlabs to record, and something happened where the recording was just like a freeze frame. There was nothing there for one whole hour, just a freeze frame for one whole hour. I don't know what happened. So the entire ending of this is missing. The hat, the hair, and the clothes, none of that is recorded at all. All of that is missing. So I'm really sorry that you're gonna miss out on that, especially because I thought the clothes came out really nice, and I loved the hair and the hat. I really loved how they came out. This is one of my favorite parts of this piece. The face, the only part that's recorded is the part that I didn't enjoy at all, and the finishing touches made such a big difference too, and none of that is recorded, so I'm really sorry. But with all that said, just stick around to the very end and you'll see the final product as I normally display it. I did some close-ups of the hair and the hat, and you can see those little details that I thought came out really nice, so do stick around to see that. And also remember that the final product is also linked in my description, so you can go check it out on Instagram anytime. All that out of the way, let's check out the drawing, shall we? So the sketch is all done, and I'm adding color now. I really loved the sketch. I thought the sketch was promising. It really made me feel like I would have a nice painting when I was done, but I think I mentioned this in previous videos. The problem was I didn't have a very good reference. If you check out the reference below, it wasn't very good quality, and the lighting wasn't very good either. It was like the contrast on her skin wasn't very good, and so I didn't really get very good contrast on my painting as a result, because I was just painting what's there. So as I said before, I learned my lesson. I need to choose better reference for sure. But even with all those issues, I really loved the color scheme of this piece. Like, especially because the background was brown, the hat is brown, her hair is brown, and you just have this like nice white and pink outfit. I thought it was so cute. It really worked nicely together. It was really pretty. So I love the color scheme of this one. So you can see at the color blocking phase now, there seems to be some good contrast between the lights and darks, but you actually, when I get to coloring things, I'm sorry, blending things, it's not that much contrast after all. It looks fine at this point, but you'll see when I start to render out how different it will become. And for the top that she's wearing, I actually started with this really light pink color you can see there, and then I started putting down the shadow. I'm like, oh wait a minute, it's actually really dark. And I ended up painting over the whole thing with this darker color. Yeah, so it's much darker now, like the whole thing. The hair had very good contrast. I was able to like pick out some really dark shadows and keep some really bright highlights, and get even darker with the shadows, as you can see right there. So the hair, which isn't recorded, actually was a really, really great contrast there that made the painting look good. It actually saved the painting, I thought. But as you can see now, I just did some blending on the face, and you can see how that contrast is totally lost. Like, it's hardly there. It really needs to be a little darker, and I probably could have just added more contrast myself without like depending on the painting, or not the painting, the reference. But I wasn't very confident in my ability to actually choose the right thing, so I didn't do anything about it. I think I do attempt to do something later on. I do try to like add some color or something, but I don't really try to change the contrast too much. If you look at the cheek, there's this like dark streak on the side there, and that was actually from a shadow. I just got rid of it. It was from a shadow of her hair, and because I didn't paint the hair yet, it just looks so weird and I couldn't stand it, so I just painted over it. And after I do add the hair, I attempted to put back the shadow and I didn't like it. It just looked like it was a dirt smudge on her face. I wasn't able to like get it right, so I just ignored it completely. And now I'm doing like the most hated part of this piece, the part that I hate the most, the mouth. At least in this picture. I don't know if the teeth were crooked or the mouth wasn't highlighted enough or what was wrong. I tried so many things with the teeth. Like I painted over and did the two top teeth over and darkened the mouth a little bit, added highlights, took them away, added more highlights. It was just like playing around to try and figure it out. Try to add some more red, you know, as you can see, like all those things happening. I got it to the best I possibly could figure out. I feel like maybe I could have like darkened the shadow between the upper and lower teeth. That might have helped. I'm not sure what exactly was wrong, why I couldn't figure it out, but I think that's the best that I could get, and I left it at that. I do love how the eyes came out though. The eyes came out really nice. They came out really glossy, and I didn't like over detail, but like, especially because I love when the inner corner of the eye is showing. It always adds some realism to the eye. So I was able to paint that in, and it looks really nice. As you can see at this point, it looks really nice. And I added some like blood vessels in the inner corner of the eye too. You can't really tell at this distance. But yes, I love how the eyes came out. They came out really nice. And you know what? Like, even comparing the eyes to the rest of the face, they just look so out of place, because I really liked doing the eyes and I hated doing every other part of the face, except the eyebrows. The eyebrows weren't so bad, but I enjoyed doing the eyes, and you can tell from like even now how much time I'm spending on it. But yeah, that's about it. After the eyebrows, that's all of the recording that I actually have. Everything else has been lost. I'm really sorry. But do check out the final image. I really love how it looks, especially the close-ups. You're about to see them now. Yes, I hope you liked this piece. I surely like the final image now more than before. If you have any comments, you want to leave me any feedback, please don't hesitate to leave them below. I'd love to hear from you. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.